The French Revolution. When the people rose. In the shadow of the gilded palace of Versailles, the people of France were starving. Bread, the simplest of meals, had become a luxury. Children cried in hunger as the streets whispered of revolt. And in those whispers, history stirred. France, once the jewel of Europe, had rotted from within. The king feasted, the nobles danced, and the people, taxed and broken, shouldered the weight of a kingdom that no longer cared for them. The storm was coming. It began not with swords, but with desperation and defiance. When Louis XVI called the Estates General to solve the nation's crisis, the Third Estate, the common people, refused to bow any longer. In a candlelit hall, they declared themselves the National Assembly, swearing the tennis court oath. They would not leave until they had a constitution. This was the birth of a revolution. Not from kings, not from nobles, from the streets of Paris. July 14th, 1789. The people of Paris stormed the Bastille, a symbol of royal tyranny. Gunpowder and gunfire, shouts and smoke. When the gates finally fell, the king's power cracked. The revolution had found its voice. The streets ran with hope and fear. A monarchy that had stood for centuries was trembling. But revolutions are not gentle. Bread and freedom came at a price. The guillotine rose in the city square, and the revolution devoured its enemies, real and imagined. King Louis XVI and Queen Marie Antoinette faced the blade. The crowd roared as heads fell, a kingdom shattered by justice and vengeance. From the chaos emerged Maximilien Robespierre, a man of law and iron conviction. He promised virtue through terror, and the reign of terror began. Neighbors betrayed neighbors. Streets ran red. The revolution had birthed a monster of its own. For all the ideals of liberty, equality, fraternity, the revolution fed on fear and blood. Robespierre himself met the guillotine, his fall echoing through the very square he once ruled. And yet, France was forever changed. The monarchy was gone. The people had risen. The French Revolution was more than bread, blood, and the Bastille. It was the roar of the powerless, a fire that ignited the modern age. It showed the world that when the people rise, kings can fall. Its echoes live on in every struggle for justice, every march for freedom, every whisper against tyranny. From the crowded streets of Paris to the halls of history, the people rose, and the world would never be the same.